So I'm going to do the first bit quickly because we've done it already. If you want to see the sensor bit, look on the sensor video. Program starts, then we want to do forever loop, as usual. Inside that, we're going to put our let nothing equals 0 and add a new variable, the distance. And that's going to be on here, input output, distance in centimeters, T to A, trigger is A, echo is B. Now we want our clever if then else if loop, just in there. Operators, and we're going to do it like this. If distance, that's that, if distance is greater than distance 10, that you might want 20 or something, you just have to try this kind of thing. If distance is greater than 10, then go on here, input output, motor 1 and motor 2 forward, and then otherwise, so that's if there's nothing closer than 10 centimeters to the buggy, just go forwards. If there is something, we're going to stop, and let's only do that for now until we know that it's working properly, because there's so many things we could have forgotten to do. Alright, let's send that and have a look at the buggy. I've taken some bits off the top just so you can see inside better. It's going forwards and it stops. Nice. Okay, that's what I wanted. I just want to say one thing about the sensors though. Remember that they're not eyes, their ears. Is ultrasonic blip comes out of here and a microphone here. So they don't like very absorbent materials. If you're practicing this with sofas and things like that as your obstacles, it might not work that well. Now here's actually a soundproof tile, and I'm hoping this will be completely invisible. Yeah. So the blip and the echo don't work at all with that. And sometimes they don't even work very well with hands, and definitely with fabric and things like that you won't find it very good. Okay, let's go back to the code now. Well, we don't want the motor just to stop, do we? We're going to want it to do something else. We're going to want it to turn around to avoid an obstacle. So I'm going to use here as our obstacle is a dead buggy. Imagine your buggy's going along. You want it to turn around and move out of the way, and then go back to the way it was facing, so it carries on in the same line, the same direction. So motor 1 forward, motor 2 reverse. Wheels turning different direction, that should turn quite nicely. Let's try that. See if it avoids this one. No, not very good, because we've told it to turn, but we've told it no time to turn. As soon as it gets to there, it's going straight back, and it's getting a bit freaked out there. So we want it to turn for, we don't know how long, we're just going to have to use trial and error, but I'm going to get it to turn for 2 seconds. See how that does. So let's try it again. Right now it's just going round and round. It's stuck in the turning part of the loop, even if it's more than 10 centimeters away. So why is it doing that? Well, this is where we have another helpful friend, which is the wait 100 milliseconds. This can really solve a lot of problems. It just gives your poor little Crumble's brain a bit of time to think. So let's put one of those under there. I think, yeah. And then let's put another one right at the end of the whole loop before it goes back to the start again. And let's see if that gives us any more. Okay. So it looks like 2 seconds is a bit too much to turn. It's turning too far. Whoa. What are you doing? Okay. I really want it to be, I think 1.5 seconds probably, which is a bit. Let's put 1 second and then 500 milliseconds. Let's see if we get a nice 45-degree turn there. Yeah, slightly too far. Let's go for 400. Now this will vary depending on how fast you've got your motors going and how big your buggy is as well. Alright, so we don't want it to just turn a corner though, do we? We want it to turn go along for a bit in the right direction in a straight line and then turn back. So let's try to do that. Motor 1 and 2 are going to go forward. For how long? I've accidentally put that there. Well, I don't know, because we don't know how big the obstacle is. So it could go in a straight line for 2 seconds, turn back, and the obstacle's still there. But then it should go back in the loop and do it again until it gets to the edge. So I'm just going to go for 2 seconds. And then I want it to turn, it's gone long, I want it to turn back to the direction it was going in before. So motor 1 and motor 2, I'm going to do the opposite to before. Forward I had motor 1 forward, motor 2 reverse. Now it's motor 1 reverse, motor 2 forward. And then it should have turned back in the right direction. That might be enough, really. I'm going to do the same amount of times I had before. 1 second and 400. But I'm also going to make it go forward. It might just go forward anyway from the rest of the loop, but yeah, let's just do that and see if that works. Right. Yeah, I don't know why. Whoa, okay. So, go along. Yeah. Along, turn, straight. Now it should turn back, but it's not. Let's have another look at that code. Obviously, there's a deliberate mistake on this code here. I've got both motor 1 selected reverse and forward at the same time. That's just going to confuse our buggy. That's just a little easy mistake to fix. Let's send that back in and see what happens now. Switch it on. Let's get on the buggy here. Let's go. Turning, goes forward, turns back, and it goes forward. Lovely. Right, and then it's. I'm going to just try before I finish. Come here. I'm just going to try getting it to do 2 obstacles. So I think I want it to go forward for a little bit longer. Let's change this to. Let's just change it to 3 seconds and see what happens. 1, 2, 3. Go on, turn back. Go, will it sit? Yeah, turn again. 1, 2, 3. Go on. I need it back. Okay. I need a bit of a larger space, but basically that seemed to work. If you're not getting any joy with that, just watch out for the other obvious things like the leads coming off. If it's really acting weird and you're sure there's something up, then it's most likely the batteries are not at proper voltage, which means they may be fully charged, but maybe they're a bit old if they're rechargeables. Or you can try just sticking in some of these sneaky 100 millisecond gaps just to smooth things over. Remember, you can always go on variables and have a look at what your sensor is doing, which is really useful. So anyway, plenty to try out there. Just don't panic if it doesn't work, because sometimes it doesn't. Change your batteries, charge them up, check your codes, check the connections. Just try all the usual stuff. Good luck.